Hello, I'm Hayley Bishop, Art Director for Tony & Guy and Label M. We're here today at the Tony & Guy Academy in London, shooting our new collection, The Legacy. The Legacy is a tribute to our founder, Tony Mascolo, and a celebration of the positive effect he has had on the hairdressing industry over the years. The look I'm going to be doing for you today is called the Interlace, and it's a new take on braiding techniques. So we're going to be working with thread, weaving it through the hair, and working with a stitch braiding technique to lock the hair in place. So influences for my look came from Fashion Week, shows such as Tatanaka. You saw them working with ribbons, interlacing them in with the braids for the show. And also on the youth scene we see a lot more coloured elastics, materials and threads being worked into the hair. So the look today, we're going to see two braids sitting down either side of the head, working into that nape area. And then through the nape on both sides we have a triangular section which works with that same braiding technique, but instead of interlacing material in the hair, the thread, we're going to be working with the hair itself. So let's see a step-by-step of how to create the look.
Prepare the hair by using the Label M volume foam and applying it section by section directly to the root, and then brush through the hair. Using a nozzle, the hair should be blow-dried up in the same direction that the braids will be sitting, encouraging the roots to sit as flat as possible. After placing in a centre profile parting, the left side is clipped away. Release some small baby hairs from around the front hairline for softness and clip these away. Apply the Label M soft wax directly onto the root area and comb this in to create more hold and a cleaner surface. Begin at the front hairline with the vertical section about 1.5 inches back. Ensure all the roots are combed up neatly and are tight to the head. Take coloured thread and find the centre fold. With the section of hair held in place, the thread is tied once around the section, nice and tight at the root. The knot should be placed underneath the section, with one strand now directed up and one down. A second section of hair is taken from the scalp using the pintail comb and added into the existing strand. The top thread strand is worked under this section over the bottom strand, and the bottom strand is now directed up over the top of the braid to replace the top thread strand. Subsequent sections of hair are added and the braid stitch technique is repeated, starting always with the top strand thread being worked under the new section of hair first. This is then held in place with the thread strand. Comb the braid to keep it clean, then continue with the same technique. Under, twist, and swap over. Sections by the ear should begin to slightly pivot with the round of the head and become slightly more diagonal the further back you go. The braids need to be consistently clean and even. When combing up the hair into the section, ensure there's plenty of tension, which will keep the sides slim and avoid a baggy root area. Working with the Label M soft wax on each section throughout the technique means the partings are made very clear and defined. As you get to behind the ear, a triangular section is clipped away and the braid is continued down the centre back. under, twist, over. Once all the hair has been added from the scalp, the braid stitch is continued for another inch or two down the length of hair at the nape. The braid stitch she's using here secures each section to the head, allowing the braid to hug the shape from the profile whilst maintaining softness at the hairline. The Interlace is a look with a new approach to braiding, using a contrasting coloured thread to interlace the hair and securing each section in place. This is secured using a clear elastic tied beneath the braid. Repeat the same technique on the opposite side, this time turning under with the right hand. Continue to tidy the root areas with the Label M soft wax. For this look, we've created two braids running from the front hairline into the centre of the nape, created using a braid stitch technique. The use of thread adds colour and detail to the look. Once the second side is completed, the two braids are gripped together in the centre nape. The triangle sections behind each ear are tied into ponytails using hairspray and secured neatly at the root with a clear elastic. Two small strands of hair are taken, one from either side of the ponytail to act as the thread strands. The same braid stitch technique is worked at the root of each ponytail, ensuring the braid stitch is bunched up quite tight. The thread strands are secured together using a clear elastic and the braid is secured. A light mist of the Label M hairspray is applied before using the Label M 4D Infinity Waver to create a small bend through the lengths of the hair. The hair is detailed and dressed out by keeping the lengths quite defined and chunky and giving the softness around the face some direction by using texturizing volume spray and hairspray from Label M. This is the Interlace Editorial for the Legacy collection. The Interlace look is inspired by London Fashion Week show Tatanaka, where the girls wore ribbon in their braids, as well as the youth culture of today where we see a lot more coloured elastics, threads and materials worn in the hair to create a fun detail and patterned effect.